Hello and welcome to Perfect Channel. My name is John Anderson. Joining us today is our founder and CEO, Phil Bird. Welcome, Phil.
Thanks, John.
I thought we'd take this opportunity to talk about the Perfect Insight product, and I was wondering if we could start by having you give us a sense of how it was born and how it's different from some of the other business intelligence products that are out there today.
Sure. Well, we built this product effectively to create a business case for our Perfect Exchange product, which is changing the way people do transactions. So what we needed to do is build something which could tell you, okay, here's how you're doing things at the moment in your marketplace. How can you do it better? So really it was our own tool to help us articulate the value we bring to customers. So that's where it came from. And we started purposing that for kind of not just articulating where you are now and where you could get to, but looking at things in real time, what's happening in your marketplace or your buy and sell area. So that's its genesis really, and we sort of realised, okay, well this works very well with our technology, but why shouldn't it work with any marketplace, be it online, offline, or in different types of environments using different technologies. So that was kind of the genesis. And also, there's lots of talk about business intelligence out there. Some of it's like pseudo real time. This is a real time product, and that's a differentiator. So you can look at data as it happens. Some of them are kind of more like a data load stuff. And the other thing it does, which isn't so common, is more predictive stuff. So it has some data science in there. It allows you to not just visualize data and drill into data, but to create more meaning out of that data. So, through interrogation, through computational interrogation, so like predicting outcomes or looking at grouping, intelligent grouping of customers. So that's where it's from, John.
Is it the predictive element that gives it a differentiation among other business intelligence products out there today?
Well, I think what gives it the differentiation is that it's a tool set for a marketplace. So it's a piece of technology built around transactions. Some BI tools are built around things like CRM or other aspects. So this is very much built around pricing and marketplaces and trade matching buyers and sellers. It's all about running a marketplace and setting the right price.
Do you find that in working with clients with this product, there are times when they find themselves getting answers to questions they didn't even know they needed to ask?
I think if they didn't, then in a way we would have failed. I think because if you know what questions you're looking for, you can interrogate the data yourself and create the visualizations that you want to see, and so you know the questions you're asking and you look for the answer. I think what we're trying to do is create something which helps you, which interrogates things on your behalf and gives you insight into things, which is actually where the name comes from, that you might not otherwise have. So definitely that's been the case for us.
Does a product like this, is it more applicable to a buyer or a seller, or does it not matter?
In this situation, it works in all conditions, really. I mean, you're looking at pricing, so in that condition, if you're a seller, it's looking at optimizing your price. It'll give you an advantage if you're a buyer. Likewise, you're looking for who should I buy what off at what quantity, for example, when and where from. So, and in a marketplace, obviously in a buy-sell kind of bilateral environment, then it's working just to make sure that marketplace is optimized. There's good frequency, there's enough participants to drive the right price out. So, it works in all cases. Largely we use it in marketplaces, but it's also used for procurement, so reverse type scenarios, or, as I say, if I've got something to sell, what's it worth? So it will tell you that thing. So you can say, okay, well, I'm selling my, I don't know, let's say you're an automotive group, I've got a BMW, I've had it, for 3 years, what's it worth? And it will predict the price outcome for you. So, it's not just it's peripheral kind of hinterland of pricing as well as just, direct pricing stuff.
Right. Are there particular size of businesses or industry sectors that this is more applicable for?
It's a data issue, really, John. The more data you have, the more insight you can gain. So the bigger your transactional volume, the better insight you will be able to derive from that. But a product takes unstructured data. People call it big data, unstructured data. So things which aren't necessarily directly relevant to the transaction. So, who bought what when is relevant to the transaction. What the weather was like, unstructured data might have some relevance. So you can put all kinds of other types of data in there and look for relationships between them. The weather is a nice, easy one. It works in, B2C, consumer-based environments. It's footfall. Is it raining? Does it make a difference? It works in agricultural, if it's particularly sunny followed by lots of rain, the grass grows, the cows eat more grass, you get bigger cows, you get kind of more supply of beef and a lower price, conversely. So it's not just kind of how big the marketplace is, it's what surrounds it as well. So really the key to success is having lots of data.
Phil, I understand the benefits of Perfect Insight, but perhaps you could shed more light on how it's actually used on a practical basis.
That's a good question. It's a cloud-based piece of technology, so there's no setup if you're a business. It's not like we need to come and install it for you. And then depending on how you want to use it, and kind of you can experiment with it to begin with to see if it will deliver value. So you can upload your data into our application using something like a CSV file. And then the more sophisticated you want to get, you can connect it via web services or via data feeds into our application. Our application can take data from your business. In some cases, we already operate with certain applications like a Salesforce or something like that. So there's a connectivity already in those areas. So the answer to that question is there's no setup to it, so it's nice and easy to get going. And you can get going with as much data as you like to begin with. You might trial a little bit. You don't want IT to get involved to begin with, so you just upload whatever stuff you might currently use with your Excel spreadsheet, and then you can get more sophisticated as you start to understand what benefits it can deliver and maybe utilize it in other areas of your organization as well. So it's kind of like, what do you want to do with it? How far do you want to take it to begin with? If there's a clear case for it, and you understand its value and it's part of a project, and yeah, sure, you might want to start with something quite in depth and connect things in real time. But it's really up to you as a customer how you use it. It's a tool set, so you can start big or you can start small.
Thank you, Phil. That was interesting.
Thanks very much, John.